Hi guys, it's Natalie. I'm on my way to go check out another property that's for sale. So of course I'm gonna show you around, so let's go check it out. The house that I'm visiting today is located in Canillas de Aceituno. It's a town close to the Lake Viñuela, which is a really nice lake where you can do many lovely walks. The first thing I like about this house are all the plants, the flowers, and then this beautiful entrance hall that you could really optimize as a dog washing station or something as you come in. I love that you don't come into the living room right away, because that is how it is with most houses, and this I think is so much better. This is actually one of the biggest houses that I've seen so far. So it has many bedrooms, many bathrooms. It also has lots of little hallways and built-in closets. As you can tell, the house needs some love. It needs some renovations, but I would say it's all minor stuff. There is some moisture, but it's not as bad as in most houses that I've seen, because sometimes you really have bad mold, and that's not something you want to start with. So I think this space was probably the master bedroom. So this house is actually over 300 square meters, which is really, really big for an Andalusian country house, because most houses are definitely below 200 square meters and usually even around 100 or smaller. So my own house right now is around 100 square meters, and that includes the sunroom. And then we have two little casitas, so one is a guest house and the other one is a pool house, and they are each 25 square meters, but they are separated from the house. So to have all the space in one house is really nice. This is exactly what I'm looking for in terms of space for the dogs, because I want a house where the dogs are able to play inside during summer, because it gets quite hot here. Here is another bathroom. You can tell it's not really done with the best materials, but it doesn't matter, because I would personally remove a lot of the walls and make them into maybe one bathroom or less rooms anyway. For example, this bedroom, it's really small. I cannot imagine sleeping in here. So these are definitely things that you can change, and you could really make something out of this house. The house is for sale for 345 euros, which I think really reflects the amount of work that you still need to put in, and still even is not that much money. Like a lot of the houses that I've seen, they're in a lot worse shape. And they are quite expensive still. Like I've seen some houses that are priced for 450 or more, and they require work. Everything is outdated, the house is smaller, there's not much land. So I would say that this house is kind of a bargain. So this, for example, could be a nice guest house, because there is the outside on the other side of this wall. And then on this side, you have the garage. So you could easily turn this window maybe into a bathroom, into a door, and then just like have a bathroom adjacent to this. So this could be like a nice addition. You could separate it from the rest of the house, and you would still have a really big house apart from that. Here we have the living room, which is divided a bit into the main living room, also a bit of an outdated fireplace and so on, but again, all things you can change, and it's not too bad. A bit of paint would already do wonders here, I think. And if you would remove that wall there, I mean, I kind of like the arch, but if you would remove it, you would have a much bigger space. Then here we have a sunroom. For some reason, they put a wooden wall there. I personally would remove that because I prefer the big open spaces. But this is actually a nice room. It is bigger than the sunroom we currently have, I think. I think there is some moisture on the roof, on the ceiling, but not that bad. I actually have a moisture meter, but I forgot to take it. You have a nice view on the outside here. I don't really like the gravel. You can see the lake actually there. But I would probably remove the gravel that's outside and maybe replace it with grass, because I prefer green around the house. And then here we have the kitchen, which is absolutely not to my taste and is old, but I mean, you can work with it. You can use it in the beginning. It would be nice to make an open kitchen out of this, to be honest. Then let's go outside here. You could even like close this off even, make an additional sunroom or make some shaded areas here. There we have all the ACs, which are quite outdated as well. Always makes me a bit anxious, the air conditionings, because they can catch fire if they're not maintained properly. So this is basically the other side of that room where I said you could take out the wall and put a door. Then you could even make like a little patio for the guests and so on. You have the boiler on the roof. It's quite odd. There's another little thing for storage. And then there you basically have that other side of the sunroom. This house doesn't have a pool, which for me is perfect because I don't care much for the pool and it lowers the price of the house. Because usually when people move to Spain, they want a house with a pool and it's illegal to build a new pool. Now here we have some really nice views. The plants are a bit in the way. I would probably remove those because it doesn't really matter if you have privacy here because there's like no houses behind you. You can hear the road here though. There's like a bigger road and I think I'm just really spoiled with my house now because at home you don't hear anything but birds. So it is something that I would have to get used to, but I'm sure I would manage. Bit of a funny fountain here. And then some leafy trees, a bit of a shaded area, which I really like. You can really feel that the temperature here is a lot better. I think this would be a favorite spot for the dogs. Then here we have the garage. I don't really know how you get to the attic. Probably through that door at the back. But yeah, it's a good space for storage. Then the water deposit. And then this house actually has quite a lot of land. So it has around 5,000 square meters of land. You need to go down this road, but it's not too bad. It's not too steep. The land right now is not that well maintained. So you would have to get someone to probably do some things. Also put maybe a fence because the dogs could fall down there. And then you have the garden, which goes basically, there's like a fence and it goes like all around that way there. I don't know what this like in between fence thing is, but it goes down and there's quite some flat land. The only thing is like you would have to make some kind of stairs here for the dogs to access because it's a bit difficult. And I don't know those people there. I would have to talk to them to see how they feel about all the dogs because obviously they're gonna hear them bark quite a lot. That's actually a pretty nice house with flat land as well. So this is the road that I had to drive up. Maybe there is a way here somewhere to access the land. Let's see. I see there's some solar panels where there used to be some light. Yeah, it seems like there is some kind of stairs there. So that's the gate where I drove through. Oh yeah, there is some stairs here. Okay, that's good. Let's check it out. Then there is like this container here with a pool. I really wonder, like, I hope there's no one there. We're going to build a house there then. Some fruit trees and stuff. This is like so weird. Like an in-between fence. Oh, I see, okay. They put like, there's like these tiny fruit trees. I think these are lemon trees that are growing. There's like some mandarins. Okay, they maybe wanted to put like shaded area, or I don't know. I think those are avocado trees that didn't get water, so now they're a bit dried out. But yeah, I love avocados, so it would be nice. It's super overgrown here, even though they have a gardener who was also working at the property now. This is an olive tree. Okay, there is some watering and stuff here. I mean, the garden obviously needs work. Also, these steep areas. Like, I don't want the dogs to fall down of that. But it is fully fenced. And fencing is expensive. So that's good. And I mean, there is space to run. Like, if it would be properly maintained, maybe you could get someone to make it flatter. It's not like insanely big. So, I mean, there's already some flat land. I don't know. I see potential. Just thinking about the sound of the road now.
Pues tú si quieres algún día,
Es que no,
¿qué tiene mi teléfono? Mi WhatsApp.
no, ahora yo solo.
Me mandas un WhatsApp. Ahora mismo no.
So this is a track, which is quite bad, but where I live now, it's kind of similar, so. Well, because of that massive hole there and the gate opening, which was quite narrow, I drove off my door handle. Good thing this car is Omnium insured. Damn it.